Hey, so you know when YouTubers say that annoying ass shit of I filmed this video 3 times and something keeps happening? Well, my dumbass has actually filmed this 3 times now. This is now my fourth time filming this. Holy shit, it's all because I keep forgetting to turn my microphone back on for my phone, and I turned it on finally for this recording. So hopefully it works now, and this will actually be a good video now. But anyways, I hope you're having a good day. My day is actually going pretty well. I went and got my hair cut today. My hairstylist usually likes to leave my natural curls pretty much out for me for a while, and I'll also enjoy it for a bit. Uh, it is fun, but the only problem is I don't want to put on a hat or anything and fuck it up. So it gets kind of, annoying, especially now that it's cold. But it's cool all the same. I like my hair like this. I got the sides trimmed back up, and I got my back of my head pointed again. So now I have my death hawk back. But that was a pretty good day today. I think one of the funniest things was him basically being like, "This is the first time you've like sat in my chair and have been like quiet the whole time." And I didn't know how to take that at first, and then like as we were talking about it, I was like, "Wow, really, now that I don't live at home, I legitimately have nothing to bitch about." I mean, I still have things to bitch about because like life things, but like of course I don't have to complain to my hairdresser about like life shit, like money shit. Like that wouldn't be something you talk to your hairdresser about. Like other life shit, like actual stuff you want to talk about and other advice and stuff like that. That's something you'd end up talking to your hairdresser about. But no, I'm just sitting there like just like I'm a child, just sitting there, and we're chilling, and yeah, this was it was really funny having that realization that I'm like, oh, I'm actually doing pretty good now. Like I already thought that, but it's like nice having someone else affirm that, because like I've had friends meet me after I've moved out. I will hang out with me after I've moved out again, and they're like, "You're doing a lot better," and it makes me feel really good to hear that. But anyways, today's video, I'm going to be spoiling a little bit of tomorrow's video with today's video for a brief moment. Tomorrow's video, to give a little spoiler for, is going to be a story time. I actually have a good majority of the script written out. I'm just going to finish it in the morning, film a bit here and there, and I want to get proper transitions and stuff put in so I can actually have good looking video. In my opinion, I want it to look good and show it, but it's definitely going to be out tomorrow. And for that video, I just said it was my first rave story time. While I was driving to where the rave was at, which was technically still is because it happens every year, is EDC Orlando, and I was driving down to Florida, and this weird thing happened, and I've only ever had the opposite happen, so it's kind of interesting that I have had, this happen, which is when I was driving through and in Georgia, and we kind of all think since talking about it that it could just be that that's the area where pressure changes between going up and down. So that's why this was happening. But I was basically having this like grinding feeling in the back of my head, and it happened the whole time. But like after and after, no feeling. So it's just weird that it was just the whole state. And then after, I'm fine. It's just so fucking weird. But I had the opposite happen when I drove to Michigan. I felt the exact opposite, which was the moment I hit state lines, I was like, oh, I fucking love this place. Like, no matter what's happening, like, I at least potentially want to move there at some point. Not sure what's going to be the dealio with that, but I really like it up there. It does have its really cold ass winters and have some pretty cold temps, just period. But I really like Canada. I really like going to be able to visit Canada. But I just like Michigan in general because the area just feels nice to me. I don't know what it is. I genuinely don't know. Because I've only ever had that feeling when going there, which was like anything could happen. I'd still like this state. I don't know what it is. I've had a friend of mine, well, an old friend of mine, tell me the exact same thing, which was for Pittsburgh, which I was like, okay, as someone who's been to Pittsburgh quite frequently, not that great. I mean, it's a kind of cool city, but like not that great, to be really honest. Um, but you can also extend that feeling towards like other people, because I've had like love interests where I just get around them, and I'm usually this like hyper talkative person sometimes with my creativity and shit. But when I get around someone that I really like, it seems like I just go, nope, silence. But it's not like a bad silence, because I can still talk and I can still have those creative ideas and stuff like that. It's just like, I don't know. It's like those memes where that person like has all these active thoughts and stuff like that, and then that one person just touches them, and then it's just quiet. Yeah, that's what like, and I only go after people that have had those feelings with, and literally every single person that I've had that experience with, that's all that I ever end up going for. Because I don't like, if I know, like, a friend, anything, when I meet a person, I know whether or not I can, will, or do like them within moments of meeting them. Any form or context, and almost always is the first like 3 comments I have about them to myself, because 9 times out of 10 I don't tell anyone what I think about that person unless I see that it is horrendous, like that person would be a very negative person for them. But otherwise, I am very much just like, yeah, you are not going to be cool for me, and I will pay attention to everyone else. But my vibe sense has also gotten a lot better since I moved out. Vibe sense, it's like Spidey sense, but I get it towards places and people, because so far it's happened also in areas. It's all like not just states. It's happened in areas I've gone to where I'm just like, I could live here forever. I don't know why. I don't even know where I am, but I could live here forever. But it's probably one of those neurotypical superpowers, if not anxiety and trauma. But I don't know how you could explain that though to a state. Like or in an area. I don't know how you could explain it to that. Like, there is just knowing you're in the right place and that everything would go good for you if you were there, if not stayed there. And like, I like a lot of I don't want to say dystopian, because that's obviously not what it is, but that's the only word my brain wants right now. But I actually like grungy, rundown areas a lot, because 9 times out of 10, the reason it's run down is because it had so much experience in it. So that's why I like back roads and stuff like that. And I just tend to understand and like old versus new. Like you can also always trust an old thing better than a new thing, depending on the thing, but you can always trust an old thing better than a new thing. I don't know. This kind of trailed off near the end because I stopped being able to fully track with the vibe, if not finding your place thing. So that's really what this whole thought was finding your place, whether or not it be just with a person in an area. Like, what is the vibe that you find that, or that finds you? Like, the people think, like, vibes can be thought to be stupid from person to person, but honestly, through all the things I've experienced, when I literally have six senses that I, or what feels like six senses that I have, unfortunately, on occasions, not listened to, and then they were right, the senses, and it's like, oh, cool. So I'm gonna actually start listening to those more now. And now that I kind of have, I'm making a lot better decisions. I'm still making bad ones, but now that I'm trusting, that kind of thought more, I'm enjoying things a lot better, and I feel like people need to trust their gut more. And I feel like if you trust your gut more, you will find where you're supposed to be, and in a weird way, stuff works out, and a lot of times people just need to get started, just like this YouTube channel. I'm getting started. I'm working. I'm trying every day, or at least I'm doing what I can every day. But I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I'm going to cut this down and then post it, and I'm going to hope that it's a good one before I start posting my actual good content. Yay! Have a good night.